Picture this. It's the 20th century. You've just worked a really long week at the office.
No, Betty, that's wrong. Let me show you again.
And you cannot wait to be welcomed home with a warm meal. You walk inside, you sit down at the dinner table, and this is what's for dinner. What are you gonna do?
Hi, can I take your order?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos.
For many men in 1950s America, this nightmare was their reality. This. And this. And this. And this. And this. And also this. So is it true? Is Jello salad an abomination, or is it poised for a comeback? In this economy, baby, anything is possible. So, let's try it.
What? Wiggle, wiggle with it.
So I think one of the only things that could make this dish more palatable is booze. So if it's poised for an epic comeback, this is how we do it. The plan is to make a boozy dinner cocktail, kind of like a boozy dinner / cocktail. It's kind of a twofer deal. It's a BOGO sale. Buy one Jello salad, get a cocktail for free. But before I can get started on my very own journey of reaching domesticated goddess status, we need to learn the history, the rise, and the fall of Jello salad. I think one could argue that Jello salad originates from Aspic, and the one making that argument is me. So for the sake of this video, I am going to be using the terms Jello salad and Aspic interchangeably, but they are not the same thing. Aspic is made from gelatin and often contains meat, whereas Jello salad is made using Jello packets and can contain meat or veg or fruit or like marshmallows. For some reason, I don't know. Jello salad is like the buck wild Guy Fieri of gelatin dishes. It's truly unhinged. And it's like, oh, Flavor Town? No. Okay, so brief history. Aspic is a 10th century Arabic recipe traditionally using fish bones, and then it's later adapted by the French, and they're traditionally using beef and pork, bones and hooves and just all kinds of stuff, really. It represented wealth in the 1800s because you needed a lot of meat and bones, and you needed staff to make the gelatin, and these elaborate molds to make these towers of jelly. But by the 1940s, most Americans had refrigerators, so gelatin dishes were sort of transitioning into more of a convenience food, and that is also thanks largely to a marketing push from the Jello company themselves. We were also at war at the time, so processed foods were going up. They were to the moon. Everyone couldn't get enough. Ration this, ration that, process this, process that. Whatever. And after the war, Rosie the Riveter turned into Susie the Jello maker, okay? Because a woman's patriotic duty in the 1950s was to be a homemaker. Plus, consumerism was running rampant in magazines like Good Housekeeping and Ladies' Home Journal, where they were showcasing all these kind of delectable delights that housewives could cook with these processed foods, further encouraging women to showcase their creativity and culinary prowess. I think that's like a nice way of saying that. And as time-saving machines like vacuum cleaners, dishwashers, washing machines made their way into American homes, this decreased the burden of household chores, giving women time to focus on skills like gardening, interior design, fucking Jello salad, all crafts that showed a multifaceted woman who found fulfillment solely in being a housewife. and mother. In many ways, these ornate molds that held the jelly salads together could represent the molds that society forced women into through propaganda. We melted down the idea of what a woman could be and rebuilt her into a jiggly, aesthetically pleasing tower of meat. But by the time the 1970s rolled around, people are replacing Jello towers with bra burning. Okay, give me your bras, your mops, your Jello packets, ladies. We're being liberated. I don't know. I've never sat like that ever in my life. Did you know that bra burning was a myth started by the media to delegitimize and even mock the women's liberation movement? The idea was created to be this like sexy and absurd headline to sell more newspapers during the September 7th, 1968 protest of the Miss America pageant, where around 200 civil rights advocates gathered on the Atlantic City boardwalk, where they were not allowed to burn anything because the boardwalk is made of wood, and wood historically is quite flammable. Bra burning portrayed feminist women of the 60s and 70s as these radicals that were willing to break the law and shock the public and have their boobies hanging out too at the same time, I guess. And now, 55 years later, the term a bra-burning feminist lives on as a way to radicalize and oppress women that are just fighting for equality. What does that have to do with Jello salad? Nothing. And everything. Just think about it, man. Okay, so quick recap. Gelatin dishes start off in wealth and opulence and then make their way to a striking but convenient party dish in the 50s and 60s, and now in modern society, a hospital food is a hospital food now. It's also like, is it not bad enough that I'm in the hospital and now I have to eat orange Jello? It's like pretty fucked up. So, I am not a 1950s housewife. Okay, I live in modern society, I am not a wife, and I haven't had a stable living situation in 3 years, so that just removes the house part from my personal equation. However, I owe it to the women that came before me to try to make these jelly cocktails taste good. So I'm gonna make 2 Aspic cocktails. I landed on the Bloody Mary and the Dirty Martini. So I'm gonna be relying on my decade of bartending experience, my culinary know-how, and the spirit of my fallen elders to lead me on this journey. Let's go. All right, so I decided to start with the martini, and I ran into a few issues. I spent all of this time perfecting my design and not enough time figuring out the math because I just totally botched the numbers on the first round. It was not setting, and it was turning cloudy. That is horrible. That's disgusting.
This is not what I meant when I said the spirits of my fallen elders.
I figured out that alcohol can actually denature the proteins in the gelatin. I also realized that I did not add nearly enough gelatin. So I found this book called The Great Gelatin Revival by Ken Albala. He's the creator of this takoyaki sake-infused jelly wonder. And in the free preview of the book, he said basically 1 packet of gelatin to 1 cup of 40% booze is a good place to start. I also ended up adding more sweet vermouth to bring the ABV down, and that helped tremendously with the cloudiness. So I started over on my designs and I began building my martini masterpiece. I used salmon olives, I guess, because I was just trying to lean into the meat aspic thing, but this was a horrible decision. I regret it greatly. What part of the salmon is that? So the first layer of my Jello salad martini is olives with a martini Jello, and once that was just barely set, I added a layer of olive brine jelly followed by a lemon zest infused martini jelly. So for this layer, I had to let the jelly kind of set just enough so that the zest would be suspended. Then I poured it into the mold. So that's just a little hot tip for anyone wanting to pick up the craft. Next, it was Bloody Mary time, and I procrastinated on this one until the final hour because I really thought that it would be easy, and of course it wasn't. So I started off by attempting to make my own Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix because I don't have access to that product right now. And also I thought it would be easier to make. So it turns out I'm just
too confident. So basically I made tomato soup and then I seasoned that how I would season a Bloody Mary, and it was acceptable. It was okay. But then I added tequila because I didn't have vodka or gin, which is my preferred personal booze for a Bloody Mary.
Ugh. Oh my god, that does not taste good. No, no, no.
And it was awful. It just did not work. So it's 12:30 at night by this point. I'm tired. I'm desperate. So I blacked out and I started adding just so much stuff to this, and none of it made it better.
No. Oh my god, that made it worse.
Oh my god, what? Oh. I just had to persevere, you know? I was so well past the point of no return. I just had to keep going. I wanted to create a broken glass effect for the Bloody Mary aspic. So I saved some of the olive brine jelly from the martini, and I also made a celery juice jelly. This is kind of stupid, but the celery juice was left uncovered in the fridge for several days, so it kind of dried out.
Nothing can go right.
But then something got spilled on it and it ruined most of the jelly, so I had such a small amount to work with. And then the olive brine jelly was covered, but it also didn't have enough gelatin, so it was just like breaking.
I mean, I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm just a baby.
I ended up filling the mold with Bloody Mary mix and dropping cubes of flavored gelatin. You know, fingers crossed. I really have no idea if any of this is gonna work. I really, really need it to work though.
Okay, here we go, here we go. Oh my god. Oh wow. It smells like Worcestershire.
Congratulations.
We did it. Wow. Okay, this is good. My spirits are high now. I'm feeling good. I was a little bit worried there for a second. I was really worried. Okay.
Whoa, that one looks so cool too.
I need this to work like in the worst way. Okay, this is it. Oh no. Oh fuck.
Oh.
So what happened actually, not because of my extensive research in the art of Jello, this sat too long. So when I put the new layer on, they didn't actually like melt together. Maybe I can piece it back together. Oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass. Okay. Wow, it's really ugly, huh? Come on, little guy, let's do it. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, it worked. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, so we had some, like, a lot of meltage.
Okay, put him
So
in
we're
the
gonna have to
freezer.
get him in the freezer.
Get him in the
Stat.
freezer, quick.
I can't believe that worked.
How are you feeling?
I feel really good. I feel like accomplished. I feel really artsy fartsy, I have to say. I mean, 4 for 4. I was 100% successful. You know, though, what I'm dreading is actually tasting them. I don't want to do it. I'm pretty proud, aesthetically, of everything I've done here today. And we'll see how it tastes. Okay.
You have to do it.
You sure we don't need to take any more pictures?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, I really don't want this. It's so salty.
Is it that bad?
It was just a lot. Tastes fine. Tastes pretty good. I don't like the texture of gelatin. I'm on my own food journey in a lot of ways, and gelatinous things, that's part of my journey, okay? I also don't know if I like just having like an olive in the middle of it. It's weird. Maybe if the jelly was had more gelatin, maybe if it was like slightly firmer. It's also just too salty. I cannot emphasize enough how much I regret allowing you to convince me to get the salmon olives, because you did that to me. Whew. Yikes.
Did it taste like a martini? Or
It tasted like a martini. You want to try some? Are your eyes watering?
I got goosebumps, like hardcore.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Procrastinating again. Really don't want this one. Maybe even a smaller bite than this. Nope. Nope. Okay, on the nose, Worcestershire sauce. Okay, come on. Fuck. Oh, God. Just the texture is really hard for me. I like the celery jelly, and I think that that's helping balance the funky stuff that was happening with the Bloody Mary mix.
That one's not bad. So which one's this one?
Well, this one is the Bloody Mary here, and then I added mayonnaise. Yeah, you thought that we were gonna go this whole video and I was gonna add mayonnaise to one of these things? You were wrong, you don't know me. This seems like a really good texture. This one doesn't have any chunky stuff in it, so totally smooth. Maybe that's my jam, I don't know. Or my Jello. And I have these little pieces of bacon, so I'm thinking maybe put a little piece of bacon on top. Kind of like a BLT. Takes a bit of motivating internally, like really. Okay. The bacon really helps because it kind of overpowers everything else. I feel like I cheated, so I'm gonna try a little bit. Dude, it's disgusting how good that tastes. It's actually like disturbing. Why did I like that? Like a savory kind of panna cotta kind of thing. So maybe they're onto something adding mayonnaise.
Okay, this one's good.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be my favorite part of it all. And pretty much, I just like the look of all of them. Like I opted to do savory for the challenge of it. But I do think that there is something to doing like boozy, sweet Jello salads that is a little less repulsive than this idea. Not that these taste bad, the flavor's there, but everyone's used to sweet Jello. If even one person asks me to do that, I will do it because I had so much fun. Creatively, very fulfilling. So I've been struggling with how to end this video, and it's getting published tomorrow, so it's time. It's time to end the video. You know, I came in like really biased against Jello and Jello salad in general as an abomination, truly. But now I think I see it more as this artistic outlet. Like I see it as a creative culinary outlet. I get it. I understand the obsession. So I guess the moral of the story is if you want to make Jello salad, then you should just make Jello salad because you want to. And if you don't want to make Jello salad, then you don't have to because you don't want to. Gender norms and societal constructs can just go suck a big one. That's what I have to say about that. The initial question was, is Jello salad poised for a comeback? And dare I say, I think it is. That's my prediction. There it is. But I'm curious to hear what you have to say, so let me know. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video. Anytime anyone other than my dad watches our videos, it's incredibly humbling, and I'm really grateful. So thank you so much for being here. And we just hit 3,500 staff members here on the Very Good Drinks channel. Very, very cool. Thank you guys. Yeah, if you want to apply to be on the Very Good Drinks staff, just subscribe to the channel. It's an unpaid job. There are no benefits whatsoever, but you get to see wacky cool content. Happy Women's History Month. Call a woman that has made an impact on your life and let her know. I'm sure she'd really appreciate that. And also ask her what her favorite Jello recipe is, because it could make a really good cocktail. You never know. All right, I'll see you guys will I see you later? I don't know. Maybe you'll see me later. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, bye. Oh, this guy? Yeah, this is Drunk Tree. He's just... I think he has a drinking problem. He's kind of... I think he's sick.